So if someone is listening and think about brewing their first batch, like what would be your advice?
Like never just absolutely
Yeah.
stepping foot into the store for the first time
Yep.
saying, "Hey, show me some
100%.
stuff."
Yep.
Well, so it's going to harken back to that last talk. It's okay, what do you have at home that
Mm-hmm.
we can do this with where you don't need to buy extra stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Most people have a stock pot, most people have a stove or some sort of heat source. So that makes
Right.
that part really easy. We just get down into the
Mm-hmm.
fermentation process of bucket, carboy, bucket, vessel, whatever. But most often, and again, just behind the camera is where we keep our brewer's best kits that are the boxes that are assembled as a partial mash extract kit. I don't know, 40 different recipes that we keep in stock or whatever here, where
Mm-hmm.
people can work with a sheet of paper that says first do this, then do this. Um, I still think in 2026 that that is a very, very valid way to start brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately or fortunately, it's not how I started because that wasn't an option for me so much at the time. But I think that when I talk to people that are new to the craft, again, it's regardless of beer, mead, seltzer, whatever they want to make. What we always talk about is creating the widest margin of error possible for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have X, Y, or Z pieces of equipment where these kits make sense, then that's what we do. If they need extra equipment, then we say, okay, well, if you're going with this equipment side, because you're making an investment, let's find the way and the method for brewing that makes the most sense for you, not only for now, but maybe a year from now and so on. And
I
then
love that.
really that could look different from different people, but yeah, I was in
Mm-hmm.
various forms of sales for a long time. It's this constant
Mm-hmm.
feedback loop with a customer of, okay, do you have this? Does this make
Right.
sense to you? Do you understand this? Do you feel comfortable with this? And then building the right solution for those folks. For the general public, um, to be honest, Brewer's Friend has a killer walkthrough guide on learning how to homebrew. It's a little bit antiquated in some of the things and the methods that you'll see there, but it is extremely good as a walkthrough that's available for everybody. And then find a good recipe kit where they've done that legwork already for you. The pitfall that you can fall into is trusting Beersmith, Brewer's Friend,
Mm-hmm.
or Brewfather with recipes that other people have created because your brain says somebody else made that.
Mm-hmm.
It must be good. That is not the case. Brewer's Best kits, more
Right.
beer kits, Northern Brewer kits. Those are really solid ways. Or visit your local homebrew store and find an in-house kit like we do here.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with all that as well too. I started off with kits. My cousin loves kits. They're just easy for him to do so. He's episode number 1 if you have a chance to listen to that.
Yeah, cool.
I immediately went from kits straight into brewing a bag. That's my method of style. That's what I like to do. I'm a programmer by trade. I work really hard to be lazy, and I know how to make tea. So brewing a bag it is for me. I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
it is the most popular way to brew. Everybody that has an all-in-one system, that's brew in a bag. It's the same thing. It
yeah,
is
essentially,
by
yep. Yep.
far the most popular method people use.
I've thought about buying an all-in-one a few different times. Right now, I still like the dance of like the propane adjustment and running back and forth, repping it and checking on it and stuff like that. This time of year, like you said, where it is cold outside, I do brew in my garage, which it's about 50 degrees most of the time. But it can get down to 40s. It'd be nice to have an all-in-one. Try to keep that constant temperature where I don't have to play with the propane and leave the garage door open and all that kind of fun stuff. Freeze. Nobody wants to do that part.
Advantages and disadvantages to everything, right? So you can.
Yeah,
I
100%.
like
Yeah.
having the yeah, I like having the option. I like having the ability to
Mm-hmm.
brew on propane or brew with electricity, depending on how I'm feeling that day, or depending on my level of what level I have of engagement to be able to give to it that day. It's not always the same,
Yeah.
so the electric systems offer so much of a peace of mind and precision that
Mm-hmm.
are harder to get with propane. But propane
Yes.
is the certainly I've used the word a few times, the more romantic the way about it.
But I think it's also twofold for you as well too, right? Or threefold actually. So like you're like a shop owner, so you can speak on the 3 different main ways of doing it for the most part, right? And then there's also the teaching side. If someone is like, well, I already have a propane, I can't think of a name right now, but I
Chartreuse
have a
fryer or whatever.
exactly. So I already have one of those, and it has I have a 5-gallon pot. Oh, okay, perfect. all right, this is what where we need to do. So what you need to look out for, depending on the style and all that kind of fun stuff, right? So like if you're using
Yeah, don't
sugars or
again,
honeys, you want of course.
you don't need more stuff.
Yeah.
Use the stuff you got and then figure out what makes sense for the next step. And
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm kind of a glutton for wanting to know all the different steps. So I have, I don't know, whatever number of stupid brewing systems around here, but ultimately it's all for honing the craft and that I've built a profession around.